Hello everyone, Darcenovia here. I'm back with another review on a Star Trek novel. And this is my second review on a Deep Space Nine novel. This one is Hollow Man. Now, this was released after Deep Space Nine ended around 2005. You know, and in between like one of the relaunch novels, this was released. This is a sequel to Pale and of Moonlight, which is considered by many fans of Star Trek one of the best episodes in Star Trek history. It explores, the complex nature of war and what and do the ends justify the means. Was Cisco in the right or in the wrong doing what he did? And this novel, you know, explore this in greater detail to some extent. And we get to read about the repercussions of, you know, the actions in that episode. This also has a B plot which focuses on Odo, you, doing what he usually does in Deep Space Nine, trying to catch a criminal and it doesn't turn out so well, and it was that point part was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy it. Though the meat and potatoes of this book is, you know, Benjamin Sisko and Garrick, especially Garrick. Garrick, I think, is a great character. One of my favorite Star Trek characters, and the author knew what they were doing with this book. Every single character in this book felt like, themselves. A lot of problems with Star Trek novels, at least in the old days, at least with Deep Space Nine. You had authors that didn't see the show when they, wrote the book. So you have instances of continuity errors and characters acting out of character. This book, when I read this novel, I was able to imagine the voices of the actors that portrayed these characters in this book, and it was an enjoyable read. I I do love the further insight that we do get over Benjamin's hard choices he had to make in the Pale of Moonlight, and we even you know get to read a conversation between a character that we saw in the fourth season of Deep Space Nine. If you're familiar with that two-parter, which had Benjamin Sisko, you know, it was basically a commentary about what the price you would have to pay for safety. The character from that episode who almost started a coup in the Federation, he makes an appearance in this book. Um, this to me, I think is a great book, and in my opinion, if you are a fan of Deep Space Nine, would recommend this book. It's a good book that stands on its own. It's not part of a series, and if you just want to read a story about the repercussions of what happened in Pole of Moonlight, I would recommend Hollow Man. I think it's a great read. Um, I've had to be honest. I think it's probably my favorite Star Trek novel at this point. Up until this point, Asadi was my favorite Star Trek novel, but this novel tops it. Has everything, and Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek series. You know, I I really do enjoy the story, and I would recommend anyone to pick it up. It's easy to find. You can go on Kindle if you can't get a physical copy. I think it's worth it. I give it a classic rating. It's one of my favorite Star Trek novels. I would definitely, pick this up if you can. Anyway, next time I review a Deep Space Nine novel, it's going to be part of a trilogy. It's going to be the first of three books. For those of you who read Deep Space Nine novels, you'll be familiar with the Millennium Trilogy. That's what I'm planning on reading next in Deep Space Nine. Stay tuned next time as I review the second book of the duology that focus on the Next Generation crew during the Dominion War. Later, everyone, and may we live long and prosper.